Whoa. So, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to return for multiple Sony MCU movies. Here is which. Saw this video by this guy, 3C Films, talking about supposedly there is a return coming of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for more movies. So, let's check it out, see what he's talking about. All right, ready?
Alright, I got something pretty special in the mail here. I forgot I ordered this months ago in preparation for No Way Home. It came a little late, but hey, I'm not complaining right now, so let's take a look. Some of y'all can already tell what it is. I found someone on Etsy who makes Tobey Maguire replica Spider-Man mask. This thing is absolutely fantastic. Look at the detail on that.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna put it on now. Now I have a fat head, so if it fits me, it's gonna be a miracle. I'm not coming back, Chief. Here's your change. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you? But getting into the topic at hand here, Spider-Man No Way Home has released. I think many of us who care to see this movie have already seen it by now. And heck, even if you go to Marvel's official website, they have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield listed as characters as part of the movie, claiming they are now in the MCU. So if Marvel is talking about it and freely putting it out there, it's official now. Pair that up with Spider-Man No Way Home making outrageous amount of money at the box office, already making $500 million in its first weekend.
Damn.
Fans are leaving the theater with Spider-Man No Way Home, demanding that we see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back again. And look, money talks, it's definitely gonna happen. So that's what I'm gonna be doing here for you guys, is telling you when we can expect to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield pop back up into the MCU. We already have some reports and hints to where they could exactly show up. So I'm gonna be breaking down every possibility here for you guys, but I'm gonna need you Spider-Man fans to also give me your opinions down below. Where do you realistically see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield popping back up in the MCU? Or do you think that Sony and Marvel is just gonna be dumb enough not to use these guys again, knowing how much money they bring to the table? Like, think about next time they show up in the MCU. They'll actually be able to market them this time in the trailers and teasers since we know they're here. Alright, so starting off here, we gotta talk about the character that everyone is demanding the most to see out of Spider-Man No Way Home. And surprise, surprise, it's my boy, Andrew Garfield. You guys know if you've been watching my Spider-Man updates for the longest time, is that I've been an Andrew Garfield fan of him as Spider-Man for the longest time, and it's now great to see that his performance in Spider-Man No Way Home is bringing so many people around on the character where even if they didn't enjoy his Spider-Man movies, they can agree he was one of the best parts of the film, got some of the best lines, strong emotional moments. Like, people want to see Andrew Garfield back so much. There's already campaigns starting with hashtag Make Amazing Spider-Man 3, bring back Andrew Garfield. Like, people are saying it's the next Snyder Cut. And look, sometimes fans demanding stuff with a hashtag can get annoying. Oh, but I'm gonna get behind this hashtag all the way, homie. But it looks like it's a bigger possibility than we thought, because there are plans to bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, where we have insiders who have told us information about Spider-Man No Way Home before it released, where Daniel Richmond, the scooper who always told us when trailers were coming out for Marvel projects and was always on the money and also got details right about the film, is saying that he also hears Andrew might come back. And he's not the only scooper going ahead and saying this, because we have here My Time to Shine, Hello, which is a user that knew information about Spider-Man No Way Home was several months in advance, was one of the first people telling us that Andrew and Tobey would show up in this movie, is going ahead and saying that Andrew Garfield could be back for multiple projects, not just one return. So with these guys having credibility in the Spider-Man world and telling us so much correct information, it's safe to assume Tobey and Andrew are coming back, and it looks like Andrew more than Tobey. So let's start off here with one of the first projects we could actually see some sort of appearance or mention of, and that is Morbius. Morbius is slowly becoming a way more interesting movie ever since Spider-Man No Way Home, because let's bring back up this set photo that we've had from the set of Morbius that we've been looking at for months, wondering what the heck could it mean. And it's a shot of the bus with the Daily Bugle logo asking, where is Spider-Man? And well, after having seen the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, we know Tobey and Andrew get pulled out of their universe to go have an adventure with Tom Holland. So that means for a period of time, they were missing from their world. And look, Morbius is already looking to be a hella confusing film that I just want the answers to more than the actual story involved with the film. Because we had Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit in the background of the trailers for Morbius, along with the Daily Bugle logos of the Tobey Maguire world. But then we had the Oscorp logos involved with the Amazing Spider-Man universe, not the Tobey Maguire world. And we know Morbius is set in the Venom universe because at the end of the Morbius trailer, he goes ahead and references the character of Venom. But we also got Michael Keaton the Vulture in there from Tom Holland's world, so it's like, what is this universe? What I'm hoping for comes out of this situation is that in Morbius, it's revealed which Spider-Person is the Spider-Man of the Sony universe. And my money's gonna be on Andrew Garfield being that person. A lot of theories pointing to that fact is with the words murderer written on that mural of Spider-Man. If you remember in Spider-Man No Way Home, Andrew Garfield's character mentioned that he stopped pulling his punches, that he got very vengeful as Spider-Man after the death of Gwen Stacy. He could be someone who accidentally killed another villain in his universe and is branded a murderer the same way Tom Holland's character is branded a murderer in No Way Home. I think it'll be real disappointed if we see Morbius and there's all these references to a missing Spider-Man out there and they never really tell us which is the Spider-Man that's supposed to belong to them. Bringing it up to the next movie here, The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Now, like I was telling you guys, there have been people demanding that they make The Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield, and I included am someone who would want that movie very badly. A solo-centered Amazing Spider-Man film with Andrew Garfield, I would love nothing more than to see that. But at the same time, Amy Pascal and the producers involved at Sony have made it very clear that Tom Holland is their main Spider-Man, and it'll continue to be the Spider-Man that gets the main movies. So as much as it hurts my heart, it's pretty unlikely that The Amazing Spider-Man 3 would actually happen, or at least that it would be titled that way. Instead, what we could see happen is Andrew Garfield pops up in a Spider-Gwen movie. Now, stay with me here, because there was a plan to have this happen before the Tom Holland universe. Now that we have multidimensional travel in the world, Spider-Gwen movie with Andrew Garfield there could work out really well. Because if you don't know the backstory of Spider-Gwen, she comes from a universe where she had a best friend, Peter Parker, who was working on some experiments, accidentally turned himself to the lizard, and got himself killed. This was sort of the Uncle Ben situation for Spider-Gwen, turning her to the life of becoming this superhero. And how poetic would it be then to then give us a movie where you have Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man from his universe who lost his Gwen Stacy, who meets a Gwen Stacy who has spider powers but also lost her Peter Parker / Andrew Garfield, and they meet up together and can bond over that in some adventure? Like, I think that movie would basically write itself, and you could have Spider-Gwen be the main character, so that way Andrew Garfield isn't essentially taking away the main Spider-Man spotlight from Tom Holland like Sony is afraid of, and instead mainly focus on introducing Spider-Gwen and that character. I think that would be the smart way to go with it. So instead of getting Amazing Spider-Man 3, that's what we could be looking at here. But I've talked a little bit about enough Andrew Garfield getting to movies. What about Tobey Maguire? When can that boy show up again in this world? And it looks like it might be in the next MCU crossover, Secret Wars. It's been rumored even before Spider-Man No Way Home came out that the next big MCU event will be inspired by the comic events of Secret Wars. Now, there are two different Secret Wars events that happen in the comics, but it's said that Marvel will take inspiration from the most recent one, where it involves multiple universes colliding together onto one battlefield, where they essentially have to fight alternate versions of each other from the multiverse to save their own reality, ending with some universes disappearing, other universes merging together. And that's where we could see Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland all appear again in one movie, is through the Secret Wars event. And this time it would be really interesting because now we would see Tobey and Andrew actually interact with Avengers. That was a little joke in Spider-Man No Way Home, as they have no idea who the Avengers are or what this team is about, and it looks like we could get payoff to that joke with them interacting with them in this Secret Wars movie. Then again, we have to remember that Marvel changes these events to fit the movie universe, so they could just be taking little elements and do something drastically different. The other movie that people are wondering about is Venom 3, or the Venom vs. Spider-Man movie. That's one of the biggest cop-outs that we got out of Spider-Man No Way Home. You guys were obviously hinting at Spider-Man vs. Venom Where's that at? That's again where I think Morbius or Venom 3 could be a key movie, because they need to introduce us who is the Spider-Man of the Sony universe. And again, most fans are demanding that it's Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and honestly, his Spider-Man is way better suited to face off against Tom Hardy's Venom than Tom Holland is. Because if you look at the Venom Tom Hardy universe, that character and those villains are very wild, goofy, cartoonish, just like the villains in Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Max Dillon and the Rhino. So it would actually make perfect sense that a character like that would then fight off Andrew Garfield, and we had that joke in No Way Home where Andrew Garfield was like, I would love to fight an alien. The MCU likes doing things where they set up little jokes like that to then later be paid off in the future. That could be our hint right there of Andrew Garfield finally getting to fight an alien, and I don't think anyone would be disappointed that it's not Tom Holland. I would rather it be Andrew Garfield that he fights with. And honestly, we haven't even got to think about how they're going to handle the live action Miles Morales. Right now, it feels like they're focused on the animated movies and that version of Miles, but they keep hinting at Miles Morales so heavily in the MCU with the first Spider-Man Homecoming and now Spider-Man No Way Home. If they want to go based off the comics and give Miles Morales a mentor figure, then Tobey or Andrew would be the perfect choice to have them be Miles's mentor and show them the ropes of being Spider-Man. And with them kind of joking with Electro telling Andrew Garfield in No Way Home that he wishes he was black and there's got to be a black Spider-Man out there, that could again be the MCU hinting that Andrew will be the one to get Miles Morales in his universe. But that also means, is Andrew gonna die? That's usually what happens with the Miles Morales story. Lots of possibilities, but that is where we could see these characters pop back up again. I'm gonna need you guys to give me your opinions. What do you think seems most likely, least likely? And to get everything, be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.
NFTs can generate.
Wow. Well, I believe that the theory with Venom and Andrew is definitely gonna happen. And I think that Miles Morales will be in the Tobey Maguire universe. And the reason why is because I feel like if you kill Andrew, you're kind of doing him a disservice, because like his story would be the most tragic of them all, right? But Tobey's already a veteran. He's getting old. Maybe you don't even have to kill Spider-Man. Maybe you can retire Spider-Man, you know? And Miles Morales takes up the mantle, change up the story. You know, you already took a lot of creative freedom with a lot of these other stories in the MCU. You might as well do the same thing, because I feel like Andrew needs justice. You know, face him off against Venom. Maybe do a Spidey Gwen when he gets back at the love of his life. That would be pretty cool. You know what I mean? And then Tobey can be the one who takes Miles Morales under his wing. I feel like that would work best. So, very, very, very exciting. Honestly, I cannot wait until they come out with more of the Spideyverse. But peace out. See you in the next episode. Love you.